Yeah. I'm going to add to this slightly because I only had 60 seconds for that piece, but it's really weird to me that like what we as a community have focused on in that video is that like it's a white male and a black woman and like they're vibing. Like how are we as a community no longer seeing when someone is in crisis? Like it's very clear to me that he is going through something. It's been very clear for some time. The man is literally singing but has a mic in his hand, is not singing into it. He's not singing the right lyrics. SZA is spotting that. She is 100% giving healer energy. Like she is trying to reel him in, but we've like sexualized it in this weird way that doesn't need to happen. She is seeing something bad happening to a friend in front of a large scale audience, regardless of whether like they're cheering for him or not. It was her moment to say like, we just got to get through this, baby. And that's what she was doing. I just wish we could be better at the way that we interpret the things that we're seeing. I hope that he is getting the help that he needs for what he was just actively going through in front of us. And I hope that we can be better support systems, even to celebrities, because they need to hear us saying good things. And like putting, oh, he loves black women, he hates his wife, like that's not helping any of the things that he's going through. I'm sure that his wife is a supportive woman who wants the best for him as well. So let's think about the way that we comment on things. Okay.
I'm seeing clips of SZA and Justin Bieber's performance, and the reviews and comments have me confused. Are you guys watching the same video as me? That wasn't love. That boy was about to fold on the stage. That was she had to guide him to the exact spot he needed to be so that the stage could lower them down. In other clips, you can see security rushing to go get him. He was folding like a roti, guys. It's not okay. He's not okay. We don't recall what happened to Amy Winehouse. Go watch her performances just before it became her time. If there's no intervention for him, we may lose him. There's no jokes about this.
Y'all are young or just a little slow, but Justin was not getting emotional on stage with SZA. He was nodding out. Yeah. He was about to go into that fit lead, okay? Love Justin down. I want to see him doing well, but that was not a show of emotion. He was not getting overwhelmed thinking about someone or something special, baby. He was fucking up her show. Okay? I'm gonna need y'all to use context clues, okay? Use your noggin. We love Justin, but he's on that shit. Okay? It's a lot going on right now. It's a lot going on for him right now, I'm sure. But all these public displays of him being unstable are pointing to a bigger issue, honey. And it's not him just being overwhelmed with being a new father. That man is on drogas.
I'm convinced that you guys have never hung around people who have either been drunk or highly intoxicated or just high, because I just watched that clip of Justin Bieber and SZA performing, and everyone's like, oh, when I hate my wife, final boss, or he really hates his wife, or he really needs to be with a black woman, or blah, 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 blah. No. Justin Bieber in that clip was not on this planet with us, and SZA was trying to reel him in, because that man was higher than helium, or whatever was going on. He was not here. And it really breaks my heart to see Justin Bieber like that, because I grew up on Justin Bieber. I was a Justin Bieber fanatic from the moment he came out. Like, I went and saw his movie on Valentine's Day. There's gonna be one less lonely girl. Love him. Still obsessed with him to this day. And he has alluded a lot to the industry being the reason for just his unhealthiness. And it's heartbreaking to see, because Justin Bieber is not the only one that's like that. There are so many, and it's so like infuriating to see how unprotected children who come into the industry are, and then how much like the industry just sticks their talons in you. Isn't that what it's called? Talons with the birds. Like they just stick them in you, and you just become a shell of yourself. You are just gone off into the ether. Justin Bieber has no freedom. Like, he cannot do what he wants. And I don't know if he hates Hailey or not. I don't know if he was forced. I don't know that. But what I can say is the industry is not above pairing you with who they believe.
What SZA did with Justin Bieber, the chin grab, was such a powerful I got you move for a man that you can see is yearning for something deeper, who's hurting, who's suffering, who's going through darkness. And you can see he was so wrapped up in the movement and the moment and the music. You know, you could tell he lost himself. He was just so in that moment, and she brought him back down to reality. When I tell you it takes a good yet powerful woman to be able to do something like that and just have that kind of control, and you can see within that the chemistry. Again, I know he's a married man. I'm not saying he need to be with her, but there's healing in certain people, and clearly she is a good source of healing in medicine, spiritually, for him. And not that she needs to be used as such, but you can see that she is his sense of healing. At least in that performance, you can just...
SZA grabbing that man's face wasn't on no cute shit. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you're just too important, remember who you are. That was wake the fuck up, you are on stage performing right now type of a grab. Did you guys not see, like, moments earlier, he was clearly fighting the fold. Like, he was starting to fold over, which is a clear sign of use. That wasn't as sweet as people are making out to be. It was literally like, bro, wake the fuck up.
Wait. So y'all think Justin Bieber is on that? And he was on that on stage with SZA? And he did the little fold? That's what y'all saying? Because I thought he was crying. And SZA picked his head up and was like, you know, she there for you. So y'all talking about this man.
We all saw the Justin Bieber performance with SZA as a special guest, right? I don't know how much longer we're going to ignore how bad a shape Justin Bieber is. And I have talked about this quite a bit. I have gone on a roller coaster. I have felt like he is totally okay, and then I have felt like he is not well. Honestly, in that performance, there was so much going on. People are kind of fixated on how he was touching SZA and like doing all these like, you know, grabby type motions, kissing her hand, doing all that. And they're like, oh, Hailey Bieber, I don't know how she does it. Like, she's so good for doing that because I wouldn't be able to do that. And all I could sit there and think about is, Justin's not even here with us. He started kissing her hand because she was coming to him, trying to bring him back down to reality. He was not, he was not in SoFi Stadium, okay? He was in the clouds. And this is something that we have seen pretty repeatedly from Justin, and it's just really concerning. And I think this is something people might look back on and think, oh my God, I didn't even notice. But there are a lot of us that do notice. I mean, every single thing I watch of Justin Bieber, I feel like I'm seeing a whole different person. One day he is way out of it, and then the next he seems really there and coherent and totally fine. And then the next he's like nodding out and he's not well. But what I want to talk about even further is the fact that people are like, oh, Hailey, like she should be so offended that he's doing this. Hailey on the sidelines is cheering him on. And this really seemed odd to me. It's not that she's supporting her husband. Love that. You should be. But it is the fact that if we as observers know that he is drifting in the clouds and SZA has to touch his face to like bring him back, Hailey sees that too. And it seems like she's condoning some type of addiction. We don't know what it is. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know. And I also feel like we have to say, I can't blame the guy, right? Like he's had a lot go on in his life. But I guess at what point do we stop treating Justin Bieber like it's all okay and realize he probably really needs help? You know what I mean? As observers, as fans, as people watching, at some point, somebody's got to say, this isn't healthy for him. This isn't good. This isn't like a solid, good path for him. No, I'm not like subscribing to seeing his downfall. And that's what I feel like we're seeing. And it's sad and it's scary to me. And seeing Haley kind of condone it on the side, I think speaks volumes. People are always saying, and myself included, are always saying, how does Haley do this? Like, she deserves better. And I'm starting to also shift my idea on Haley. And I think that it doesn't bother her. I don't think any of it bothers her. I think she's fine and okay and content with whatever is going on, whether he's in the best shape of his life or he's nodding off on stage. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there is something serious going on with Justin Bieber?
I'm gonna hold y'all hand when I say this. Our brother Justin Jatavius Bieber is on drugs, y'all. It's drugs. He doesn't need a black woman. He doesn't hate his wife. Well, he probably does hate his wife. He does hate Haley. But when SZA was holding his face, that was the hold of, boo, you could barely stand up. Remember where you're at, y'all. Justin Bieber, when he was on that stage, he was not here on earth with us. Justin wasn't with us. He wasn't with SZA. He doesn't know where he was. He didn't know where he was. When y'all see him on that couch with Sexy Red, Justin was not here. Justin has left planet Earth. When you see Justin walking around looking the way that he looks, he's not, well, he probably is sad, but he's also very, very intoxicated. And that's just something I want you guys to understand. Justin needs help. He doesn't need a black woman. He needs rehab. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk.
The reason Justin Bieber's team keep allowing him to go outside like that, go on stage, high off his ass like that, is because they trying to set the stage for his unaliving. Because right before something happens to a man of his status, they got to set the stage, they got to set the scenes so you'll believe whatever the cause of death is. So when it's time for them to go with their move and they like, okay, he overdosed, you gonna easily believe it. Why? Because, oh, y'all remember when he was on stage with SZA, right? I remember when she had to pick his head up, right? I remember when he could barely hold himself up together on stage, right? They gotta set the stage months, maybe even a year in advance. So by the time it's time for them to go with their move, whatever the claim is, you gonna believe it. And Justin don't have a single real bitch in his corner, including his wife. You see him about to fall over on his ass on stage. You need to be in the back like, hey, we need to make sure he's physically okay. We need to make sure he's not gonna get up there and collapse in front of thousands of people. We need to make sure he good. But I don't care what y'all say. Haley don't give a fuck about that man. She got the two things that she came to get up out of him. The two most important things, his last name and his baby. She is his legacy. She don't need that man no more. She don't need him. She probably setting the stage right with them people. Y'all think Justin was playing when he was like, he felt like it was an arranged marriage? That girl did not end up in his life just because she was some obsessed stalking fan. That little teenage obsession, that would have wore off a long time ago. She was strategically placed into his life. She got what she came to get. She don't need that man no more. She don't fuck with him like y'all think she fuck with him either. She back there recording because she knew y'all was going to be looking for her reaction. She stood right in front of y'all, perfectly in view of y'all, because all she care about is optics. She needs to make sure the world knows she not jealous of no performances. That's why she wasn't back there meeting her husband, making sure he not back there passed out after his performance. That's why. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, bitch. I'm too smart.
Going through stuff like that, and it could be anybody, celebrity, friend, whatever. I just pray for them. I just stop and say a word of prayer because I have friends and I have family who have gone through things and who have been on things and have been at their lowest point. And I just say a word of prayer. But I thought it was great that SZA brought him on stage because to me, it was kind of like giving him that moment to realize you're still valued, you're still needed, and this is what you're good at. This is what God created you for, was to entertain, to perform, and to do what you love, and that people still love to see you, and that people still want to support you, you know? And that moment where he kind of like zoomed out a little bit on stage, she kind of like gathered him back together. She grabbed his face and refocused him, and I thought that was really so sweet of her. I just think that SZA is a really good person overall, and she just seems like she just genuinely cares about people, you know? It was good to see him on stage though, because I don't know about y'all, I love me some Justin Bieber, and I just hope he pulls through whatever he's going through. When I see people like Justin Bieber,
about that man, she got the two things that she came to get up out of him. The two most
Please go back and watch that creator's video because she is definitely speaking facts. And I actually told my homegirl this the other day because we were having a discussion, and I said, Haley definitely went to the lady on Justin so that she could lock him down, so that she can be able to be the Mrs. Bieber. Like that creator said, Haley got the two most important things, his last name and his baby. She's good. She doesn't need anything else from him at this point. And that's because, again, like in her latest Vogue interview just the other day, she takes something that her juju lady gave her in order for Justin to stay binded to her. And that's why Justin is internally in turmoil, because he feels stuck. He feels like he can't go nowhere. And he probably feels like the only way to get out is to probably kill himself.